The Functional Movement Screen, or FMS, is a set of 7 scored movements and 3 clearing tests targeted at preventing injury and improving movement quality. The FMS achieves these goals by screening for medical issues, which should be addressed before training movement, screening for specific movement issues, which should be corrected before training those movements, identifying and prioritizing movement challenges that need correction, identifying specific movements that can be trained immediately without extraordinary injury risk. The primary goal of the FMS is to keep you safe while training by improving mobility and stability to acceptable levels before training strength, endurance, or speed. You will be allowed 3 attempts at each movement on each side. We will score the best attempt. Some movements have simpler or regressed forms that make scoring more accurate and easier if you have difficulty on your first attempts. There are specific constraints for each movement that you might not normally use during similar actual movements. These constraints allow for reproducible results and challenge different aspects of the movement simultaneously. Listen carefully to the instructions and watch the videos. The movements in the video are provided as a general example for visual learners and do not represent a movement ideal to be imitated. Do your best within your own limits to perform the movement according to the provided instructions. Stop if you feel any pain, and we can discuss how to proceed. Any questions before we review and perform each movement? The first movement is the deep squat. You're going to be using a dowel. You're going to stand tall with your feet approximately shoulder width apart and your toes pointing forward. Grasp the dowel in both hands and place it horizontally on top of your head so your shoulders and elbows are at 90 degrees. Then press the dowel so that it is directly above your head. While maintaining an upright torso and keeping your heels and the dowel in position, descend as deep as possible. Hold the descended position for a count of 1, then return to the starting position. Do you understand the instructions? The next movement is the hurdle step. You're going to stand tall with your feet together and toes touching the hurdle. Grasp the dowel with both hands and place it behind your neck and across the shoulders. While maintaining an upright position, raise the right leg and step over the hurdle, making sure to raise the foot towards the shin and maintaining foot alignment with the ankle, knee, and hip. Touch the floor with the heel and return to the starting position while maintaining foot alignment with the ankle, knee, and hip. Do you understand these instructions? The next movement is the Inline Lunge. You're going to place the dowel along the spine so it touches the back of your head, your upper back, and the middle of the buttocks. While grasping the dowel, your right hand should be against the back of your neck, and the left hand should be against your lower back. Step onto the 2x6 with a flat right foot and your toe on the 0 mark. The left heel should be placed at the mark on the board. Both toes must be pointing forward with feet flat. Maintaining an upright posture so the dowel stays in contact with your head, upper back, and top of the buttocks, descend into a lunge position so the right knee touches the 2x6 behind your left heel. Return to the starting position. Do you understand these instructions? Next movement tests shoulder mobility. Stand tall with your feet together and arms hanging comfortably. Make a fist so your fingers are around your thumbs. In one motion, place the right fist over the head and down your back as far as possible, while simultaneously taking your left fist up your back as far as possible. Let your hands land where they do. Do not creep your hands closer after the initial placement. Do you understand these instructions? Next movement is a shoulder clearing test. Stand tall with your feet together and arms hanging comfortably. Place your right palm on the front of your left shoulder. While maintaining palm placement, raise your right elbow as high as possible. Stop if you feel any pain and let me know. The next movement is an active straight leg raise. Lay flat with the back of your knees against the 2x6 with your toes pointing up. Place both arms next to your body with the palms facing up. Pull the toes of your right foot toward your shin. With the right leg remaining straight and the back of your left knee maintaining contact with the 2x6, raise your foot as high as possible. Do you understand these instructions? The next movement is a trunk stability push-up. Lie face down with your arms extended overhead and your hands shoulder width apart. Pull your thumbs down in line with the forehead for men or the chin for women. With your legs together, pull your toes toward the shins and lift your knees and elbows off the ground. While maintaining a rigid torso, push your body as one unit into a push-up position. Do you understand these instructions? The next movement is a clearing test for the spine. While laying on your stomach, place your hands palms down under your shoulders. With no lower body movement, press your chest off the surface as much as possible by straightening your elbows. Do you understand these instructions? Let me know if you feel any pain and stop the movement. The next movement tests rotary stability. Get on your hands and knees over the 2x6 so your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Your thumbs, knees, and toes must contact the sides of the 2x6, and the toes must be pulled toward the shins. At the same time, reach your right hand forward and right leg backwards like you are flying. Then, without touching down, touch your right elbow to your right knee directly over the 2x6. Return to the extended position. Return to the start position. Do you understand these instructions? The next movement is an easier version of the rotary stability test where you repeat the instructions except you use an alternate arm and leg, such as your right arm with your left leg. Next movement is a clearing test for flexion of the spine. Get on all fours and rock your hips towards your heels. Lower your chest to your knees and reach your hands in front of your body as far as possible. Do you understand these instructions? Stop if you feel any pain and let me know. After your session, you will receive an email containing a detailed report explaining your test scores and what they mean. Another email will contain an initial set of movements targeted at your challenges to help improve your mobility and stability. Please ignore the stated sets, reps, and times, as initially we want to focus on the quality of the movements. If any of the movements are confusing, log into your FMS account and you can view videos of these movements from your personalized program. If it still is not clear, please wait until our next session or contact me for clarification. It takes about 300 good repetitions to learn a movement and about 3,000 repetitions to correct one that is incorrectly learned. So it is worth getting it right. The choice is yours. It is best to do these movements for short periods of time throughout the day while you are fresh, relaxed, and ready to go. I'm looking forward to working with you, and feel free to contact me with any questions.